Welcome back to the Texas Bucket List Bite of the season. We are heading to the top spot of this fall, but before we get there, coming in at number 3, an incredible sandwich near NASA. Remember this one that lifted us off into space?
Was that the one with the hot chopped cherry peppers?
That's the one. Antonini subs in Webster. In this small shopping center with not a whole lot of fanfare, you'll find a simple sub shop. It's where Mike Antonini has been making his superior sub sandwiches since 1990. So what got you into making subs?
Beats working.
Originally from a foreign place called Delaware, Mike moved to Texas in the early 70s when he went to school at St. Edward's in Austin.
You know the signs they have now that says keep Austin weird? Well, back then you didn't need a sign because it was.
Mike played rugby, met a Texas girl, settled down, and moved to Houston in the mid-80s. The only problem, he couldn't find a good sandwich. So he opened up his first sub shop in 1984 and served up the sort of thing you could only find in the faraway land known as the Northeast.
We have our cheesesteaks and meatballs and our Italian, which is probably number 1.
Mike simply is a no-nonsense sort of guy. His pragmatic way of putting things can even be seen on the sign.
At $300 a letter, back then, subs was about it. I couldn't imagine putting Antonini's up there at $300 a letter. So for $45, we put Antonini's in the window.
Mike lets his sandwiches do the talking for him, and that's brought in sub seekers and even people who travel to the stars.
All the years I've been eating is by far the best.
It's perfect. It's a nice little hole in the wall.
It's something special that words really can't describe.
Michael Joseph is Mike's son.
What's it like being raised by that guy?
Oh, great. Great. Not many words spoken. Other than sports.
Mike is passing the torch to his only boy, and so far, he's already opened up locations in Texas City and Kemah, but the original location still has a place in his heart.
Pretty cool to be able to do this simple sandwiches for over 30 years now, and people still loving them. Something to be said for that, I think.
We're going to make our signature sandwich, our Italian submarine hoagie. Some people call them subs, some people call them hoagies, so, you know, we don't discriminate.
All right. Michael Joseph begins with the bread.
Italian roll.
Great, fresh every morning.
Next up, the freshly sliced meats.
That's your Genoa salami, your capicola, and next thing you have your lettuce. Then you go down the line, your tomatoes, onions, pickles.
My absolute favorite part.
These are the cherry peppers that everybody talks about.
Cherry peppers. Now this is the fun part. We're not done yet.
And we're only halfway there.
Right.
Halfway there. A little oregano. A little olive oil. And that's
And then-
sandwich, right?
Almost.
Wait,
There's
we're
more.
putting stuff on top of the vegetables.
You have to pack it all in. That's your cooked ham, and then this is your pizzantini. This is another Italian peppered ham.
How much meat is that? Have you ever weighed it out?
Never be afraid to put an extra slice on there.
And now that this Italian is as big as a stallion, it's finito. Time to eat-o.
So here we have it, the famous Antonini Italian sub. It is amazing. You want to see why? You pick it up, and it is layer upon layer upon layer. I'm serious, it's lots of layers.
I couldn't tell you how many of these subs I've had over the years, but this one was just as good as the rest.
It's just amazing, the flavor and how it's different from anything else I've been able to find here in Texas. And I've been a couple places. The hot chopped cherry peppers just make it amazing.
You know, without that, you'd just be another run-of-the-mill sandwich.
These guys, they know what they're doing and they just keep it going that way.
When you have astronauts coming here to eat a sandwich before they go off into space, you know it's out of this world.
It's unlike any other place I've been to.
Well, if you're ever just visiting NASA or here in the Clear Lake area, Antonini's Subs is well worth a stop on the Texas bucket list.
It's a really cool feeling to give somebody something that they've never had necessarily in this part of the country, maybe in their whole life, and they get a sandwich like, this is what a sandwich is supposed to be like.